I'm Dr. Hamid AYDIN, the head doctor of the Estet Istanbul Medical Center. I have prepared this video to explain what to do for those who have undergone hair transplantation operation. I ask those who have undergone hair transplantation to listen carefully to this video and abide by the instructions and information. Before I start with the instruction and information, I wish a speedy recovery for all who have done hair transplantation operation. After the completion of the hair transplantation operation, we will have achieved 90%. And the remaining 10% is in the commitment to the instructions and information. The content of this video will be in the form of question-answer. The first question that patients ask after hair transplantation operation is, how do I use the medications? The medications that should be used after hair transplantation operation are few medications, and especially on the day of the operation should be used only painkiller and no more. Because antibiotic medications have been given to the patient during the process via a serum that is fixed on during the operation. The following medications are used in the next day of the operation. The first antibiotic is used morning and evening according to the prescription written by the doctor after the operation. The second medication is to prevent swelling after the operation. You will see how these medications are used in the magazine that is given to the patient after the operation in Turkish and in another language. There are medications that you should bring with you when you come for the first wash of the hair. The first medication is the lotion to moisten the scalp. The second medication is a special shampoo for hair washing. The third medication is an antibiotic antiseptic ampoule for using in the donor area. You shouldn't forget to bring these medications with you when you come for the first wash of hair. There are instructions and information in the magazine that is given to the patient after the operation and must adhere to these guidelines and instructions. In general, the usage of the medications after surgery is easy. When does growing hair begins? Transplanted hair begins to grow after the third month of the operation. The transplanted hair begins to fall after 2 weeks in accordance to the date of the operation. Of course, only the outside part of the transplanted hair falls. But the roots of the grafts, which are under the scalp, begins to grow, so the roots which under the scalp begins to grow. These roots begin to grow after 3 months of the date of the operation. After 3 months, the transplanted hair begins to grow daily. 15 to 20 new hairs appears daily. When we reach to the 6 months, 50% of the transplanted hair have been grown and appeared. When we reach to 12 months, 85% of the transplanted hair have been grown and appeared. After 12 months, the remaining 15% grows, but the patient cannot notice that. How long does anesthesia last after the operation is completed? Most patients ask how long the anesthetic lasts after the operation is completed. The duration of the anesthesia lasts 2 to 3 hours after the operation, but will there be pain after the effect of the anesthesia disappears? But there will be no pain after the effect of the anesthesia has been disappeared, due to the painkiller that the patient will use at the night before sleep. So the patient will not feel pain during the operation and even after the operation. How should I sleep after the operation?
4. günden itibaren biraz daha konforlu yatar. İlk bir haftayı atlattıktan sonra da istediği şekilde yatabilir, uyuyabilir. Hiçbir sakınca yok. Ağrı hastanın
How to sleep during the first 3 days is very important. The patient should sleep on his neck and not sleep right or left and face. Some patients may have trouble in sleeping in the first 3 days and may wake up very often at night. But this disturbance will be disappeared on the 4th day and nothing will disturb you the day after these 3 days. We give the patient painkiller through the process of serum. Therefore, the patient will not need to use painkiller after the procedure, I mean after hair transplantation operation. But we advise the patient to use 1 tablet of painkiller before to sleep. So, consequently, there will not be pain or disturbance at night or during sleep. What will I eat after hair transplantation operation? A meal is presented for hair transplantation patients during the process. This meal contains sufficient vitamins and proteins for hair transplantation patients. After the operation is completed, and after the patient goes to his home or to his hotel, the patient can eat what he wishes, provided that the meal isn't too heavy. And a diet system doesn't be followed after the operation until compensating the loss of the energy during the operation. Is there a way to sleep comfortably after surgery?
Direncin düşmesi riski sebebiyle uygulamamak gerekiyor. Normal gıda alışkanlığına devam etmek gerekiyor. Operasyon sonrasında seyahatlerde kullanılan
The patient can use a neck pillow that is usually used in airplanes. This pillow will prevent a contact between the donor area and the normal pillow, so the patient will be able to sleep comfortably.
Reçetemizde de yazılı olan boyun yastığını temin etmeleri ve ilk 3 geceyi boyun yastığıyla geçirmelerini tavsiye ederim.
All hair transplantation patients are advised to have neck pillow for comfortable sleep and to protect the donor area, to touch the normal pillow or to touch the bed. Will there be swelling in the face after hair transplantation operation? The serum that we install on the patient during the operation contains medications to prevent swelling. But when the patient doesn't get enough rest, or when he walks too much, or bent forward a lot, so the incidence of swelling is much. The cause of this swelling is the withdrawal of the anesthetic fluid to the front or face after the operation. But by the serum during the operation and the medications that will be used by the patient after the operation, there will be no swelling, and if it will disappear after 2 or 3 days at the latest.
Dediğimiz gibi öne doğru eğilerek bir şey yapmamak ve çok fazla ayakta kalmamak, yorulmamaktır. Özellikle ilk 2 gün boyunca.
Another effective way to remove swelling is to put ice on the swelling area every 2 hours. This method is very effective in removing swelling from the patients who have undergone hair transplantation operation. The front line of the hair shouldn't be a straight line, and there should be some imbalances so that the transplanted hair doesn't appear artificial hair. So we give great attention to the shape of the front and make sure that it isn't straight line and that it look like normal hair. Because of the swelling that may occur after the procedure, I mean also hair transplantation operation is completed, the patient may appear to be inconsistent. But after the swelling has been disappeared, the patient will see that the front line is consistent, and after the transplanted hair grows, it will look like natural hair. After the operation is completed, the anesthetic fluid comes out of the pores of the donor area. This fluid is mixed with a little blood. This does not mean that the liquid that comes out is blood, but only the anesthetic that comes out after the operation. So the patient will see that there is liquid in the red color on his pillow, that this fluid isn't blood, but the anesthetic fluid mixed with a little of blood. Do I lose grafts after the surgery? I mean, again, hair transplantation surgery. In general, the patient loses about 30 or 40 grafts after the operation due to the patient's high pressure or failure to transplant the grafts correctly. However, because to our experience, the patient will not lose a single graft after the operation. Thus, we ensure that the patient will not lose one single graft after the operation. Will I use a cap after the operation? An important point after the operation is proper use of the cap. The patient must wear the cap when he is outside, in the rain, or when he is in a place where there is dust. In this way, the cap will protect your transplanted hair from external factors. At the same time, the scalp shouldn't be used when the patient is inside. When our band-aids will be changed? Band-aids are changed in the next day of the operation, and band-aids can be removed if the patient wishes, or wait until the day of the washing the hair to change band-aids. When will I wash my hair for the first time? In general, the first wash is done after 36 or 48 hours, but I prefer to do the first wash on the third day of the operation. When we do the operation on Monday, I prefer to have the first wash on Wednesday, and the first wash can be done also on Thursday. You can follow up our videos about the first wash in our channels in YouTube. How long will I feel that my scalp is numb after surgery? The patient will feel that his scalp is slightly numb for a week after the operation. Of course, how long will I feel that my scalp is numb after surgery? The patient will feel that his scalp is slightly numb for a week after the operation. Of course, there will be a partial feeling of anesthesia. When can the patient return to work? The first review of the patient is performed the day after the day of the operation, and the dressings are also removed if the patient requests it. The next day, I mean the third day of the operation, the patient's hair is washed so the patient can return to his work.
Hastaların işe başlaması çoğunlukla ilk yıkamadan sonrasına denk gelir. Ben hastalarıma operasyonun olduğu gün ve sonrasındaki günü tamamen işsiz bir alan olarak, bir zaman olarak ayırmalarını tavsiye ediyorum. İlk 2 günden sonra 3. gün arzu ediyorsa hasta ilk yıkamasını yapıp işinin başına dönebilir. Arzu ederse
monitored after surgery. The patient's condition is controlled after the operation and after the patient returns to his hair country through the images and videos. The patient will take photo of his hair from the right, from the left, from the back, from the front, and from the top after 18 days from the date of the operation, and sends it to the doctor number 00905322381919. This is the R number. It is only to receive and analyze photos of the patient before hair transplantation operation and after hair transplantation operation. We do control the patient's condition as following: images from the right, from the left, from the back, from the front, and from the top after 18 days from the date of the operation to the DR number. Images from the right, from the left, from the back, from the front, from the top after 19 days from the date of the operation to the DR number. Images from the right, from the left, from the back, from the front, and from the top after 6 months from the date of the operation to the DR number. Images from the right, from the left, from the back, from the front, from the top after 9 months from the date of the operation to the DR number. Images from the right, from the left, from the back, from the front, from the top after 12 months from the date of the operation to the DR number. How will I cut my hair after operation? I mean, again, hair transplantation operation. The patient can shave his hair as he pleases after the operation. If he likes to have his hair long or his hair is short. How will be the direction of the transplanted hair? Thanks to our experience, we open the channels, I mean the holes, during the operation in a professional way. That will be the direction of the transplanted hair, the same direction of natural hair. Thus, natural and transplanted hair will be fully consistent. Is there a second session of hair transplantation operation required for the patients or for certain patients? A second session of hair transplantation operation is needed for patients with a large baldness area. In general, the second session of hair transplantation operation is performed maybe after 8 months or maybe after 12 months after the first operation. The second session of hair transplantation operation can be completed 12 months after the first operation. In this video, I tried to explain what to do and not to do after hair transplantation operation. For more information, you can contact us via our phone numbers or by email or visit our social media page or YouTube channels. For more information, of course, you can contact us directly. I think you have our numbers, so you can write to us directly, you can contact us directly. Please do not hesitate if you have any question, if you have any requirement, if you want your photos to be analyzed by doctors in Istanbul Medical Center, in which we are ready to receive your photos, maybe your videos to be analyzed by our doctors, and the best plan will be drawn for your photos for your hair transplantation operation. So please do not hesitate to write to us, do not hesitate to contact us. Thank you very much.
Bize ulaşabilir, mail gönderebilir, WhatsApp'tan sorabilir veya direkt telefonla arayabilirsiniz. Şimdiden hepinize geçmiş olsun diyorum.